We'll see what happens here. I have to just step away from work to go for a lunch break here. See if we got any activity going on here. Quite possible that we might see something. Strong probability that we will see something here. Just going a short distance here and then heading back to work. Normally I don't go out at all for lunch, but today I'm just going to step out just for a short time for lunch. Usually bring something with me so I don't have to step out. Today just stepping out momentarily, and we might see something here. I think we'll probably see some activity here. Maybe some of the motorcycle guys will show up, or some first responders. We'll see what they have going on here. Again, I'm in the York region today, which is just slightly north of Toronto. Those second lights there are where Toronto begins again. So just going to go up there near those second lights. And of course here it's not the Toronto Police, right? At this point it's York Region Police responsible for this particular area. But then when you cross those second lights there, past those second lights, it becomes the Toronto Stalker Police after that point there. But it doesn't really matter which group it is. They do the same thing. So as you'll see, as you have seen in previous videos and will see in future videos, they do the same thing. So yeah. That whole hand behind the back thing that's a signal too as well. More than likely. I mean, I've seen them do that type of thing a few times. Just like that basic hand behind the back hand signal. Yeah, it's just about tipping you off. Those hand signs and all that. And that's not really a very imperative part of the operation, but you know, some people place a lot more emphasis on filming that type of thing. That's cool. To me, I don't think it does that much good showing that a lot. I mean, you can show it, don't get me wrong, and it clearly is part of the operation. But there are more important things that need to be focused on, in my opinion, right? I'm not going to do many videos where I go into the grocery store and film people just making hand signs. I don't think that's tremendously effective, but having said that, some people, you know, it does show, I can't say it's not effective at all. It does show through repetition that there's no doubt these hand signals are part of the operation. And I've shown them in some of the videos I have too, right? And they use a lot of the same hand signals as well in different areas of the world. So certainly showing that, I guess it is useful, right? But more useful, I believe, is showing the corruption of these institutions who we're supposed to trust and who are supposed to be helping people and on the side of people who are law-abiding citizens. Their involvement in this is pivotal, because without their involvement in this operation, it's legit. I mean, it's not legitimate as it is, but their being involved in it they try to lend some legitimacy to it by using these people, right? Even though the operation is essentially, it's a criminal operation, there's no doubt about that. It is a criminal operation, but when they get these corrupt individuals from these first responders involved, then it tends to lend a little bit of credibility to it, at least in the eyes of the people who they're deceiving among the public and the people who partake in the activities. Because then they'll be more inclined to go along with it, seeing that these individuals are involved. So that is the most important aspect of these operations to film. And that's what I try to do, and you'll notice that I do a lot of that. Sometimes we'll show you that when it's obvious with the hand signs and stuff like that, I'll put that in, because they do them a lot. But to me, that's more of what you'll see, because I think that's the most important thing to show. Okay, there we go. Now I think we're going to see something here on the way back. I just have to walk a short distance here again, back to where I'm going. So we'll see something here. I believe we will. Some type of first responder activity or some foolishness. We'll see what they have in store here. Again, this was like a 10-minute walk, so I'm just heading back after lunch break now. picked up a little something for the weekend, and yeah, just heading back, so we'll see. Nothing there at that intersection. Wow, okay. We're back in York Region again here. I think we're going to see a cop car on the way back here, but we'll see. Or maybe the dancing nurses, you never know. But we'll see. Haven't seen them yet this week, the dancing nurses. I don't think. No, we didn't. But there is still some of this day left, so we'll see. But yeah, important to know they have a ton of people in our major cities on the payroll and working for these people as they do these operations. And those are the people who they will also enlist to work in coordination with the controlled media and the police and these other folks who set up these fake mass deception operations. So those are the same folks who they use. When people talk about crisis actors, they make it seem like, okay, this is just some person who they paid one time to do something. No, that's not the case. These are people who are paid, and they work permanently for the quote-unquote for the state or for the government or whatever. And again, it could be the government agents who approach them to do this, but behind them pulling the strings, we know it's intelligence agencies, right? So those are the ones who pull the strings of the government. And of course there's people above them too, like a pyramid, the whole pyramid scheme. There's pretty firm evidence that there are a lot of people in major cities who have been paid off and made an agreement, and part of that agreement includes doing what they're told and going along with these operations. And some of those operations include following people who have been put on, unjustifiably put on watch lists despite having committed no crime, like myself and others. And also, you know, even things like wearing the same clothing, that military camouflage, that's not by accident or coincidental. Very, very clear, because it started so abruptly. And started very abruptly. I first started noticing it in mid-December. And see right there, there's York Region Police, as I predicted, and they're going to turn right here. He's going to turn right here. Hope to get his face on camera there so we can get him in the screenshot, but you see, oh yeah, he's going to make it right. So he's going to probably, there's two of them there, so they're going to go to the gas station, maybe? So 2 York Region Police officers as I go out for my lunch break. And they're just going to go around the block and drive around and pretend. So again, they're pretending that that was just some natural thing that they did. Again, I show them regularly when I'm here working in this area. And that was just to tip the target off and let him know that he's on watch. They received precise instructions to do that. And so you saw that, right? So York Region Police doing the exact same thing as the Toronto Police do. Seeing people wearing military camouflage all the time, so that when they bring the military into our major cities under the guise of peacekeeping, after some type of false flag occurs to set the table for that, people won't be too concerned because your mind has already accepted that subconsciously, right? And again, most of those people who are wearing that don't have no clue that that's what it's about. They're just, but it's clear they're given instructions to do it, because it's not some type of a thing you'll see like in a movie where they're all just like, you know, like promoting it. It's not being promoted. It just happened all of a sudden, and they're all, so many people are doing it, right? That does not happen. That's not coincidental. So. What time is it here? Oh, right there. See the lights there. Let's wait till this guy crosses. He seems like he wants to cross, or he's just going to stand there staring across the street. I guess he's just going to stand there staring across the street. Normally, if the lights were red and you intended to cross, you would cross. Now look at this guy. So I'm coming up here. He's just standing in the middle of the sidewalk. and he's not crossing the street. So you get what's going on here, right? So as I showed 2 police cars as I was walking back there, and you see the street here where it is, right? Busy street, no bus stops anywhere in sight, and this guy is just standing here, not crossing. The lights change, and this is all about letting the person who they're stalking know that they're on watch. So I'm gonna get his face on camera here, and we'll get him in the thumbnail too, because that's not normal to do that, and anyone could see that. Look at the area here. Look at the area here. Now, what are you going to tell me, that he's waiting for somebody there? No, look at it, more camouflage here, coming up here. So let's see when he moves. Probably if I stand here for any significant period of time, the York Region Police will drive back through. But this is very clear. Like, see him here? So I've just arrived back here, stepped out of my workplace just for a matter of minutes, and this individual is standing at a busy intersection here. The lights changed numerous times, and he's just deciding to look around at a tree. So I'm also going to get the camera out here and over here. Very unnatural to be standing there. And now he's turning around, and we'll see what he does here. Okay, so now, yeah, that looks natural, boss. Okay. So anyway, and now you see he's going, right? He's going. Again, I've shown this in other videos. He didn't make any type of hand signal or anything, but that's very obvious. Now this is, look at the street here. This is Yonge Street, one of the busiest streets in Toronto, and it runs through the York Region as well. So I'm in York Region now, just slightly north of Toronto. As I'm coming back from the intersection, right where the borderline of York Region and Toronto is, you saw coming back 2 police cars, York Region police cars, pull up alongside me and drive past. Then I come back here, and this guy, the guy in blue, he's just standing, look at that area there. Now, if someone was standing there waiting to cross, that would make sense. He's just standing there looking around, doing nothing. And this is, again, it's about letting the targeted person know they're on watch. So it's good because I was able to capture some footage of that, and it's pretty obvious, right? Like I showed in that other video not too long ago of the guy waiting when I got off the bus across the street, picking up his phone, and then moving behind me as soon as I started to move. Now, is he going to stop again? We'll see if he stops again. He knows that I know that that looked really ridiculous, and it was supposed to look that way, right? You understand? That was supposed to make it obvious for the target, but to others around, it probably wouldn't have meant much unless you've seen the other videos and the things that I've shown, right? So, and again, he doesn't have to say anything necessarily. They're supposed to pretend to be oblivious and pretend that it's natural, but anyone can see that's not natural. Like, look at the area here. Look at this area. It's nothing but busy street, and there's no bus stops here for as far as the eye can see. And the area where he was an intersection where you would cross. Yet he didn't cross. He just waits till I come. And then, of course, it starts to get uncomfortable for him when he realizes that I know what he's up to. And he doesn't know that I have the glasses on, of course. But he did see me take the phone out, so now he starts walking in the other direction, interestingly enough. Anyway,